Did you know students need to encounter a new word at least 12 to 17 times before they really learn it? And yet, most lessons have move on after just one or two exposures. No wonder students forget new vocabulary so quickly. I'm Megan, a Canadian teacher with over 20 years of experience teaching in classrooms and online. I create lessons that other teachers use with students all over the world, and today I'm sharing the real secret to teaching vocabulary effectively, the one most people never talk about. Let's be honest, teaching vocabulary can feel repetitive, and sometimes it just doesn't stick. Maybe you introduce five new words in your lesson, the student nods, maybe they even make a sentence, maybe they can fill in the blanks. But then next week, it's like they've never heard them before. Frustrating, right? We try flashcards, games, word walls, but students forget. Or worse, they memorize it for the lesson and then they never use the words again. It's a common cycle, and it's not your fault. There are tons of strategies out there: spacing, retrieval practice, using visuals, acting out words, or teaching through context. And yes, those all help. But here's what most of those strategies miss: they focus on introducing vocabulary, not living with it. The trick is not just teaching the word, it's recycling it, connecting it, and personalizing it. Which brings me to the part that no one talks about. The secret to vocabulary success: make the words personally meaningful to your students again and again. Let me give you a quick story. I had a 7-year-old student named Sophie. We were working on question words, and she struggled with the week before. So I created a short story and named the student that starred in the story Sophie. Suddenly, she was all in. She wanted to know more, she wanted to read, and the words were tied to her. So she remembered them. All of a sudden, she could use those question words like nobody's business. So the secret isn't just to review more flashcards, it's giving students a reason to care. So when you're teaching, look for opportunities. Think about the words you've been using. Look for opportunities even in your warm up to ask questions that might force them to use some of those vocabulary words. Get them to write sentences and stories and role play, all of those things to help personalize it so that they can figure out, how do I use these words? What am I going to do with them? One of the things that I do most frequently with my writing classes is linking words. And it's like, oh, do I have to see first, next, then, finally, one more time? And I give them this big long list of words and I say, use different words, right? There's different words. You don't always have to say first, next, then, finally in every single piece of writing that you do. But unless we start to make a conscious effort to use those words, figure out how to use those words and change them up so that every time, okay, this is the word that I want you to really use this week. I want you to get into your writing. Now I want to see that again in your writing. I want to see it again so that all of a sudden we figure out, I'm comfortable using that word. I know the word. I know what it means. I know when I would use it. So let's recap. Students need repeated, meaningful exposure. The most powerful thing you can do is connect vocabulary to our students' interests, experiences, names, lives. They need to live with these words and use them. That's the secret sauce. I'd love to hear your thoughts. What's worked for you when you're teaching vocabulary? Drop it in the comments. And if you're looking for more practical tips, check out my next video. And don't forget to like and subscribe. Plus, grab your free guide, 25 tips to boost student motivation. The links are in the description.